Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Lion's Share. As usual, I'm doing a preparation for the official live stream, and I just realized that I'm in the lethal zone, and I don't remember why I'm in the lethal zone. That seems like a terrible plan. So let's not do that, because this next live stream, I'm going to be hosting and playing the game at the same time, and trying to, for instance, talk through a bunch of patch notes while I'm trying to survive in the lethal zone just feels like a bridge too far. So, okay, yeah, so we did a little soft reset. Those zombies that were sort of gathering around the base are gone. Let's look at who is here. Okay, we've still got some freaks and stuff. That's nice. And because we're still in a lethal map, because I didn't want to just reset the entire map, though, I don't know. Maybe I should reset the entire map, because I've got a bunch of hidden plague hearts. Getting my community to a more sustainable position doesn't seem very doable. Of course, I guess I could always bring them up here to more and more. That's in the clear. Maybe that's what I'll do. So, okay, so my objective right now is just to get my community ready so that I can run a live stream. It looks like the bounties that I've got available include some Juggernaut killing ones, killing plague hearts in close combat. I guess I got to do it eventually, but and then grappled Zeds killed by a teammate. Okay, so I definitely need to be playing on some level that is not lethal if I want my teammates to be grappling with zombies. So, okay, this character, he's tired. Oh, another thing we need to do, though. Okay, good. We're all already kind of set up this way. We need to be able to show the Halloween costumes, because one of the big things we're announcing is the return of the Halloween costumes. So I should figure out who in this community... Okay, I've got my Christmas team to the right. And Pat, I mean, I love her outfit. I don't want to change it. So I think Ratana, I think you're going to have to be the one who wears the pumpkin head. Ooh, campaign hat. Let's not wear the campaign hat right now. Jack-o'-lantern mask. That's what we want. And then, as far as her uniform goes, I feel like what she's wearing right now doesn't work. I mean, we could put a firefighter coat on her. That kind of makes sense if your head is on fire, right? Yeah, I think this kind of works. Well, let's switch for now. Let's switch to a character who is not wearing a costume, so that the costume-wearing characters can recover. Though I should probably remind myself where the supply locker is. Make sure that this guy is well equipped. So he's got a suppressed assault rifle. And it fires what? It fires 5.56. So we can fill up on that. And Old Lawman's Viper. Okay. Yeah, this guy is very, very ready to fight plague hearts. Kind of weirdly ready to fight plague hearts. So we'll just leave him alone. Let him remain ready. And switch to somebody else. Let's Scary Gary is, of course, my favorite costumed hero. Oh, hey there, Lockenstein. Let's see here. So, Coalition is asking, any idea why this is the only... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so he says that he doesn't like More and More, the warehouse, because it's far away and it's the only duplicated base in the game. Is it the only duplicated base in the game? I mean, we've got the 3 starter bases, which are all duplicated, right? And we've also, I mean, and I think that the 2 warehouse bases, the one in Drucker and the one in Cascade, are different. I think they've got different. I mean, they've got the same sort of floor plan, but I think that they've got different slots and different advantages, different built-ins, right? That's how I remember it anyway. I haven't looked at it in a while, so I could be misremembering, but I was pretty sure that they were different from each other. Okay, we also got some. Okay, this guy is also kind of ready to go fight some plague hearts. So Kolisu says he's not counting the starter bases in that, but he says that no, they actually are a full 100% copy and paste job. Huh, that's surprising. For some reason I had it in my head that they weren't. But either way, I mean, I still like them. If I like something, the fact that it exists in another place is only an advantage, right? So let's, I don't know, let's give him some silly bombs. Let's make sure that Ratana is also well prepared. I think I'm most likely to try to play as Ratana because the jack-o'-lantern mask is just the best Halloween thing ever. Okay, so she's got a suppressed producer and an SKS. Let's make sure that she's got the bullets she needs for everything. Let's make sure that she's got the ability to set everything on fire. Whoa! She stacks that really, really deep. I should... If we do end up going after a plague heart or two... she can carry 8 box mines. I mean, why not, right? Okay, let's see here. So yeah, so Coalition and Lockenstein are discussing whether or not the two warehouse bases are actually the same. I cannot promise you one or the other. In my memory, they were the same. So in my memory, they were different, but I am perfectly capable of forgetting things. So I'm not going to make any promises at all. Okay, it looks like if I'm going to move bases, which I think I should do, we should probably make sure that all of our cars are in parking lots. So let's switch to Pat for now. Who is well-dressed but not wearing a Halloween costume. And let's double-check all of our cars. Okay, so this one is in a parking space. Yes, it is properly parked. This is a check that you should always do when you're about to move bases, because it gets very inconvenient to bring one of your cars with you if you accidentally left it out of a parking space, because only the cars in parking spaces come with you. Okay, the 4x4 is there. The van is not, but that's fine because I need something to bring with me. So grab some parts, hop in, and we will head up towards our new base. And the main reason I'm grabbing a new base is just because the starter base just doesn't give me a lot of room for facilities and amenities and stuff like that. Bloater. So I just really want to make sure that this team is set up to succeed. So I should talk a little bit about what we're planning on doing today on the official live stream. I mean, I'm not going to preempt any of our announcements, but we are going to be talking about the next patch. By the way, let me know if the game audio is a little too loud. It's really easy for me to lose track of that. But yeah, we're going to be going over what's coming in the next update. And we're also going to be talking about Halloween events. In fact, I've got a meeting. One reason this is going to have to be a kind of short stream is because I've got a meeting at 1:30. It's after 1 right now. I've got a meeting at 1:30 to go over our plans for social events so that I can announce them accurately on the stream. We're going to be playing a little game with the audience during the stream, and I kind of want to make sure that we're all on exactly the same page about how that's going to work. Right turn, okay. So yeah, so I'm just going to kind of do the bare minimum. I'm going to try to claim a new base. I've made sure that my 3 main characters are all ready to go. But yeah, so normally I would have done a lot more of my stream preparation like in advance. But I've been kind of scrambling to do it today because it's just been, man, has it been a distracting week at work this week. I've just had a lot to do. And I can't tell you about any of it. But did I just miss the... I totally did. See, it's just really easy for me to miss stuff right now. I'm so distracted. But yeah, normally I spend a lot of time thinking in advance and planning in advance and writing up a whole bunch of notes and plans and coordinating with people about streams. But this time I did not do any of that. Oh, come on. All right. So actually, I'm not sure how the game decides which parking spaces to put your newly arriving vehicles in. Cesspit zombies. Ooh. Is it location-based? It is, over there. Cesspit near a toilet. Okay, I love that. Okay, that is a curveball we're gonna have to go after. So quickly, let's claim this base. Hopefully, I can get this done quickly enough that we don't lose that curveball. So, okay, it just started. So getting close to zombies drains stamina, so you want to have a nice ranged weapon. But killing zombies gives influence, and it will just end over time. So yeah, okay. So I do really want to make sure I move fast now. So La Coalición is suggesting that I should let him know once I've actually finished Starfield so that we can talk about all the interesting stuff that happens late in Starfield. So yeah, I would love to do that too. I'm still not there, partly because I've been playing Cyberpunk again at the same time. Let's go Infirmary. Let's go... Wait, Workshop? Oh, I've got an existing machine shop. That's right. Okay, cool. Well, what else do we want to do? I could build a watchtower. I actually don't build watchtowers that often. We could do that. I could build an auto shop. No, we couldn't. Oh, a haven device. Do I have the people? Yeah. Okay, let's have the exciting part of this stream be me building a haven device. And then on top of that, a shooting range. An indoor shooting range, of course, inside the place where everyone sleeps. I mean, that only makes sense, right? That's exactly what you would do. Infirmary's done. Oh, still not enough people. Ah, everyone's just watching me. All right, here come the zombies. We're going to attack while my haven device is built. So it's interesting. Basically, for a long time, this was just a normal siege. Like, all of our sieges were just these arbitrarily, placed missions. And so the haven device was just another one of them. And it wasn't that different. But now, most of our sieges are something else. Hey, that was 2 with 1. That's great. And so the haven device... It's now like one of the old-fashioned regular sieges. And so far, not extremely impressive. Oh, so Lockenstein is suggesting that one thing you'd love to see with the shooting range as his example, one thing you'd love to see is the ability to rotate facilities, to make them face the right way. Yeah, so we tried to some degree to manage that ourselves, right? So you wouldn't have, basically, so you wouldn't have a hassle. You wouldn't have a thing you have to think about, like rotating facilities. Like, facilities just work the way you hope they will, is the way we intended it to work. And there were actually a lot of cases where, like, Brant would get a bug and he'd have to go in and like rotate a facility slot because one of the facilities, when it spawned there, would spawn at a weird orientation that caused problems. Oh, where's that? Ah, hello. And so the solution to that would always be revising the position of the slot. Because we had to keep the facilities consistent. Like, each facility is oriented a certain way, and its orientation is determined by the slot you put it in. But one thing we didn't really do was define sort of where the back of a facility was. And that's something we could have, like, if we had in our template for facilities decided that, like, if there's a back, like if you've got a wall nearby, this is where the wall goes. That probably would have helped a lot, because rather than just having these sort of freestanding open squares, rather than having these freestanding open squares where the orientation could be anything, we could have built all of our facility art specifically knowing where the back would be. And that could let us do things like build a shooting range where you know which direction is the safe-ish way to be firing. Oh, no, stop it. Okay, have we... Okay, will we get credit for this Juggernaut? Oh, we already got credit for a different one that I didn't even see. Oh, there's 2 more in the base. Holy crap. Okay, Cleo, do your thing. Take him down. Or I'll do it. Come on, Cleo. Nail him. There we go. Oh. Woo. All right. We got ourselves a Haven device. And we killed 5 out of the 6 Juggernauts that we needed to kill for that bounty. So, life is good. Time to retrieve their body parts. So, okay, let me catch up with the chat here a little bit. Kiwi Bird is sad that they're going to miss the official live stream today. Well, we'll definitely make sure to record it for you, so you can join us later. But we are going to be having some fun live with the audience. We're playing a game with the audience. So too bad you're going to miss that. But hopefully the people who do come are going to be able to enjoy it. Yeah, let me see here. What did I miss? Okay, so Coalition says, if I want to torture myself, change Starfield audio to Spanish. Everyone will have heavy Spanish accents. All the diversity is gone. Oh, interesting. So they basically have everyone has like a Barcelona accent instead of having a variety of different accents on the characters. That's kind of a surprise. Usually localization houses put more effort into that kind of thing. Let's see here. Oh, Coalition says that actually it is possible in one of our facilities, in one of our bases. He thinks it might be the bridge fort, to actually block people being able to transit the bridge by placing a certain facility slot in a certain facility in a certain slot. Or it was a facility mod, so it's a little less common than a facility. But still, yeah, that's the kind of bug that we had to deal with all the time. So yeah, so I think, in the future, we have been thinking about, what templates like this work, how templates like this work. It's not like just building a big square on the ground and saying, yeah, you can just stick a facility here, and each facility has completely different art. That feels like it's not working all that well because you can't control the orientation. Things will sometimes look nonsensical next to each other. Or look nonsensical next to the wall. Or they'll be like, you put a gap by the walls to make sure the player can enter the facility, but then there's a big, tall bookcase there. And so it looks like, why didn't you put the bookcase up against the wall? That sort of thing. It can look really sort of awkward and uncomfortable sometimes. We don't want that. So we've been thinking about better ways to sort of like, to lay out facilities, to template things, so that we can avoid some of those headaches and make the base look better and make you feel like, your choices don't result, like your strategic choices about what facilities you build don't result in a artistic or logistical nightmare. So what should I build in the... How about improvised weapon station at the shooting range? How about maintenance bench? Ammo press? Cake oven? Fireworks station. Let's go fireworks station. Wait, actually, let's cancel that. Because I think the fireworks station can go practically anywhere, right? Oh, we can upgrade this. Yeah, we could put a fireworks station in a bed, can't we? Cake oven. Yeah, let's stick that in a bed. Staging area, can't put anything. Haven device, can't put anything. Watchtower, nope. Huge fuel storage, nope. Backup generator, nope. So it looks like we don't have a lot of options here. Okay, yeah, so... Oh, I don't have any labor left. So we might end up... Okay, I think the storage is going to be done pretty soon. Because I'm going to have to go for my meeting fairly soon. So Peroxicus asks if the wizard van is ever coming back. So we try to do that around Christmas time. We'll need to make sure that Wushu is aware. Because I think we did, we were a little late, basically telling Wushu about all of our Halloween traditions. And so we've been a little bit... So some folks have gone looking for Halloween costumes. It says they should be able to get by a certain time, and they haven't been able to get it because they're looking at old news. And so one of the things we're going to talk about on the official live stream today is our plans around Halloween. Because, yeah, so we can sort of correct for the fact that some people saw messages about Halloween content that weren't accurate, and we're gonna fix it. And we're going to make sure that people know this is when you can actually go to get the Halloween content. Oh, yeah, so Dr. Lackenstein brings up another sort of pet peeve about... Let's see, I think I'm low on a lot of these ammo types. I should start crafting some stuff. Anyway, pet peeve about facilities is the fact that so many of our facilities have... features where you have to turn them on and then they turn off by themselves. You have to turn them on again and again and again and again and again, and it's really annoying, and you just usually forget and don't even bother with that unless you're in some kind of special circumstances. I am right there with you. The original design for the facility system involved what we called toggles, which are just things you can turn on that will consume a resource income. So basically, if you've got I'm getting +4 ammo a day. Well, this could eat 2 of that ammo every day and then produce some other effect. And we ended up not getting that. So we wanted to have you would open up a facility and there would be a thing with a check mark on it you could turn on and off, like a toggle that you could turn on and off, and when it's on, it's consuming an income and giving you a benefit, and when it's off, it's not consuming the income and not giving you the benefit. And we got really close to having it work that way, and then just time happened, and we ran out, and we're like, you know what, we can technically do this without toggles, and so we have to. And so we shipped the game without toggles, which meant a lot of the things that we intended to have as toggles, like generators running, ended up becoming timed events instead. And that was pretty disappointing. And actually, every systems designer on the team is like, why don't we have this? So just suffice it to say, that is very front of mind as we're talking about sort of improving the franchise over time. We would love, because you can see our entire resource system is based around this idea that you can see, that things are claiming a certain amount of your incomes every day, and you're seeing sort of a net income that's derived from all of your, your incomes and your expenditures. And so we designed this so that you could have toggles turning things on and off, and then you could get an account of where the cash is going, where the resources are going, and you can make adjustments based on that. And that was a completely sensible way for it to work. We just didn't end up getting all of the pieces. So maybe someday we will actually get all of the pieces of that plan that we made. But not right at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, I agree. It would have been a great quality of life thing to make that stuff, just because you want it to be kind of fire and forget. You want to make a bunch of decisions about your base while you're at the base, and then not have to think about them anymore while you're gone. You want to focus on fighting the zombies, and and on whatever objectives you set for yourself out in the world. That's what you want to be focusing on when you're away from the base. You don't want to have to constantly be checking the base while you're gone, or watching for notifications to see when you have to turn your generator back on. That just... and there's more interesting benefits we could give a base that you could just turn things on passively at. We have passive effects you just get automatically by building a facility, but a lot of them, you'll notice, like, just having an infirmary costs 2 meds a day. I can't turn that off without getting rid of my infirmary, which means I'm constantly trying to feed this meds-sucking beast. And that's frustrating, and it feels like, what I would love to be able to do is build an infirmary and then decide what I want to spend my meds on at that infirmary. And I can either spend very little meds if I can't afford it, or a lot of meds if I can afford it, but not have that determine whether or not I need to deconstruct my infirmary so that I'm not paying for meds that I can't afford. Like that's you shouldn't have to take down an entire facility in order to save cash. So I think, because my food situation is getting pretty dire, I'm thinking that, I should go out and get some food outposts, first of all. But also, I think this might be an okay time for me to just... I never even used the frickin' staging area. Okay, we're going to use this to barely speed up the very end of this infirmary upgrade. And then we'll kill the staging area and replace it with like a farm or something. Oh, so Tandalente didn't see what Next Fest demos I was playing in my stream, but he wants me to check out Go Mecha Ball. That's one that I never heard of. Yeah, I just tried a handful of ones, mostly ones that were already on my wish list, and so because those are the ones that were surfaced to me the most quickly. And I played some kind of really neat games during Next Fest, and they'll be coming out on my YouTube channel steadily over time. In fact, by the time somebody watches this later on YouTube, they're probably all out. You can just search my channel for Next Fest, or for the hashtag Next Fest, I think is what I stuck on all the titles. But yeah, there's some cool stuff coming down the pipe from Steam. So yeah, Go Mecha Ball. I'll have to check it out. So yeah, it looks like everyone agrees that this game should definitely have toggles on facilities. And everyone on this side also agrees with you. Every developer also thinks that we should have toggles on facilities. And they've actually come up several times, but they're not a cheap feature to implement, especially with so much content that we need to change to take advantage of it. It would need to be a pretty massive effort. And so it keeps, we keep saying like, oh, hey, with this update, we should also do toggles. But then it always ends up being a really big feature that isn't directly supporting the larger update, so it keeps getting cut. And so we keep not doing it because, having to revise a lot of content for it, it's not just a lot of work, it's also a lot of risk. As I said before, when developers are accused of being lazy because they don't want to do a bunch of extra work on something, it's not just the work that's expensive, it's also the risk. It's like the more changes that you make to something, the more different changes you make in different places at the same time, the greater the chance of something going horribly wrong, and you introducing bugs that weren't there before. So so it's a thing you can't take lightly. You have to reserve not only the time to work on the feature, but also the time to QA the feature. And something that the bigger and more complicated, the more moving parts something has, the more difficult the QA is going to be. So yeah, well, we are running low on time. I guess technically I could wait for this thing to finish, but I don't want to, because I really want to make sure I'm on time for this meeting I got. So instead, let's build this farm. Everything's going to go just a little bit slower, I think. Actually, that doesn't look like it slowed down very much. Maybe the positive effect I got from that, the thing, what's the thing called that I just had installed here? I forgot what it was. Anyway, that thing, maybe its benefit stays around even after I kill it? I don't know. Huh. Interesting. Cog says that while he agrees about toggles, he says I shouldn't assume that everyone agrees about them. Sure, but I mean, what I'm saying is that there is a lot of popular support behind the idea of toggles. So yes, technically, pedantically, you're right. I'm sure there's someone out there who, if we switch some things to toggles, would think that was bad. I can't think why they would, though, because all it means is they can have more control and less annoyance with the same content in the facility. So there might be a person who wouldn't like it. There might be an argument they can make. I haven't heard the argument yet. So right now, I consider it to be like, if we can pull it off without breaking anything, it seems like 100% win from what I can tell. Oh, so Sinister Pink says they think that maybe that sort of action speed benefit only happens if the thing has been turned on when I kick in the action that needs to be sped up. So because the Infirmary was already in progress, it didn't get the benefit. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I have to go because I've got a meeting about the next live stream. But if you are watching this live today at 3 o'clock, which is in an hour and a half, we're going to be doing the official State of Decay 2 stream. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, where the heck? There is a subscribe button. And I'll put a link to the official live stream we're going to do somewhere over here. I'm not sure if it's going to be the next Lion Share video or if it's going to be just on the side, but I'll stick it somewhere so you can see it. Anyway, happy Halloween.